Our chief guest, the province leader, Loreto Sisters, board members present, our PA chair and members, our teachers, support staff, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. And we say God is good and all the time. And that is his nature. Wow. So I was just listening to those who have spoken before me, and I couldn't help thanking God for the link. We never shared. I never talked to the chair, I didn't talk to sister, but what they have shared is actually related to what I'll share with you today. So for the sake of the new parents, I'm Sister Madeleine Sophie Loreto, the Education Secretary, currently specializing in education administration and planning, and I hope to graduate very soon before the year ends with a PhD. So you are in safe hands. I want to assure you that we know what we are doing. Sometimes you take your child somewhere and you wonder whether the people on the ground know what they are about. Loreto as an institution, as a congregation, really has been, it's about education. So it is something we love. And currently as the Education Secretary, I have a passion for our schools. And today I'm so grateful that I'm here, that I can talk to you parents, to encourage you, and even allow you to think of those areas where you are not doing well, and that this is the time you can always, we can keep improving. So as I share briefly, it will be very brief because I know I have my leader, and we have our guest speaker that will be sharing with you. And the good thing is, I think the theme is the same. So a bit of what the guest speaker has, and I think that's what I'm also talking about. So it won't be isolated. Everything I think is consolidated. So I take this opportunity to thank God for this day. I'm not taking it for granted. Parents, we are not taking it for granted. It is the day that the Lord has made, and we want to rejoice and be glad in it. And as we share today, I was thinking of you and this meeting, and I was asking the Lord, what kind of scripture could I share with our parents as we encourage and as we look at his faithfulness and how he has seen us through the past years. For the new parents, this is, if you are just coming in, but I think the message that I feel the Lord gave me for you today is the same. It's from Isaiah chapter 43, verse 18 to 19 short. It says this: forget what happened long ago. Don't think about the past. I am creating something new. There it is. Do you see it? I have put roads in deserts, streams in thirsty lands. Forget what happened long ago. We have parents who have been here for at least maybe more than 4 years, 5. There are those who have been here for 8 years, and there are just those who are coming in. As we come in this year, 2020, still very young, let's forget about the past, especially if it did build us. Because as we all know, our lives are in the hands of God. As you come into an institution like this, I think as we start this year, let's try to allow the Lord to create something new. I listened to the sister and her concerns, and I told myself, 2020, we could allow the Lord to create something new so that we can see transformation. And the Lord will keep telling us, do you not see what I'm about to do? Roads in deserts, streams in thirsty lands. So that is my invitation today as we think about our school, as we think about our children, and really as we think about ourselves as parents, because it's not by accident that you are a parent. The Lord purposed it. But I think the challenge in our time is to be a parent who is there for the child, a parent who is a model. So you feel encouraged, and I hope you take those words to heart. I also welcome you, especially today, to this annual general meeting. And I take the opportunity to thank you parents for the support and partnership you've had with our school. Without you, we wouldn't have Loreto. Thank you so much. And I would like to draw your attention to our core values, now especially the new parents, our core values of justice. You know, in school here we stress it, but are we practicing it at home? Justice. Because if you can do it, I think Loreto Convent School will be a wonderful school. Justice is our challenge in our time. You know, it's just me. And when our children pick that, it becomes a crisis, even in the learning environment, even in the classrooms. But I'm happy to hear, I heard Sister Anastasia say that the spirit of sharing is quite strong, and we want to thank God for that. That already at this tender age, our children know that we can share, that we can be just. So these core values, justice, freedom, and sincerity, that makes Loreto what it is. That your children will grow in freedom and sincerity. And it's something very obvious about Loreto schools, Loreto students, alumni. If you meet them, you immediately pick this sense of freedom to express themselves, freedom to put their ideas across without fear. And I've seen that, I've interacted with many of our students, and you admire that they are free and they can stand and speak for themselves. It's a good thing. So justice, freedom, and sincerity. Our founders manual would say, be as you appear and appear as you are. So we are teaching our children to be sincere, so that, you see, in this modern world, craftiness is actually, it's like it's accepted. And yet we know it's not taking us anywhere. So Loreto is the place to be, because if our children can learn what it means to be just, what it means to have the real freedom that sets people free, and what it means to be sincere, I think parents, you've made a good choice. So it is indeed, as I share, that our children, and this is our prayer, they've come to this school, and that they will eventually be doers of justice and lovers of truth. That is what we hope, and that is what our founders, Mary Ward, would have fought for. So as a Mary Ward school, we are delighted to work with each one of you, and as I want to repeat, a special welcome to our new parents, to make Loreto a safe and a learner-friendly school. I take this opportunity to thank our head teacher, Sister Anastasia, and the entire staff for posting good results amidst several challenges. And parents, as you know, Loreto gives opportunity to both gifted and challenged learners. There are times we have a mix, so you can have the very bright ones giving you the 400s, but I've also had an experience where we have challenged children, not because of their making, but in the process of their growing up. You see, they are challenged, and we know them. We know the type of challenges. So Loreto has managed to journey with even the very challenged ones And we thank God that even those can get something out of our system. So may God continue to bless the work of your hands, teachers. And I'm aware, currently, even as I speak, that we have had challenges with music and swimming lessons as we talk about holistic education. And I'm so happy about CBC because it's really nurturing talent. I am conscious, I'm very aware that we've had a challenge with the music and swimming lessons, but this is work in progress. This is work in progress, and as I say, these are core critical units in our curriculum that we cannot abandon or ignore. So if we've had some disappointment, but I want to encourage you and assure you that we are working on this. Our children must swim, and our children, if they can, must get music and improve their music as talent. So why again? Because we believe ours is to offer holistic and rich education. I want to really appreciate our PA. These days we don't talk of the Education Act, talks of Parents Association. The teacher is silent, so but you are there. So right now I want to appreciate our PA chair and his team for the good work done so far. We saw the slides. We've had sister narrating the kind of work that this team has done. We are indeed so grateful. And what struck me as I came yesterday was the water point. And I looked at the children enjoying the drink, and as the chair had said, maybe for years they really didn't have a proper drinking point. So I'm happy and I thank you, Chair PA and your team. So a lot of good work was done in 2019, and I would want even to say here that I know you equipped the computer lab, and I think work is in progress. A very big thank you. Let's give our Parents Association team. And so parents, as I look at you this afternoon, I can't, I know I am not a biological mother or whatever, but I know the challenges our parents are going through in this 21st century. And the guest speaker may share more on that, but I still felt, as me, as the Education Secretary, I really wanted to, again, just remind you and see what you are doing with these challenges. Because when you are very challenged, that child, if you didn't realize, is also very challenged. The other day I was in one of our schools, and this child was dropped. I don't know whether it was the driver, but the girl was brought to school, and I was with the head teacher, and when we said hello, I mean I really was touched but affected, because the child was saying them, I don't know what is wrong with them. They're always fighting, And so we had to help the child feel cared for, feel appreciated, feel loved, and that day was not going to be a bad day. Parents, there is a challenge, you know that. But we want to be aware and we want to be above this, because whatever you do is impacting either positively or negatively on this child. So, as I talk of these challenges in our 21st century, parents, you need to be conscious of a few things. You know them, but I want to take this opportunity to remind us. There is one reality that parenting now can be really lonely and isolating. You may say that is true or not, but I know from my interaction with parents, it can be lonely and isolating. You want the best for your child, it has financial implications, it is something. It can be worrying. So maybe the solution is perhaps to find the supportive friends and groups, and I hope Loreto Convent Mombasa can do that to us. I heard sisters say many things about marking the items of the children and so on. So I know parenting right now can be overwhelming. And I think it is. I just know there's a difference between the parents in this century and my parents. I think there's a difference, isn't it? I don't know what our parents struggled with those days, but now it is so difficult, I can see, because the child knows more than you. And you don't want to look like you don't know. And these children, we teach them, so I know. So it is something that is overwhelming. You know, in my time, when daddy or mom said no, that was it. And TV, no TV, you wouldn't touch. I mean, what they say is what they say. And life was gentler. Of course, we didn't have phones. These days, even little ones can do everything on that phone. So it is challenging, my dear, now to be a parent. So it is overwhelming. And as we say, even if it is overwhelming, let's try not to lose track. Because I'm conscious of the amount of work involved in being a parent in our time. It is difficult to know what is right in this era of technology, isn't it? So we get conflicting advice. Even the child can cheat you. That's why, Loreto, we are really saying, can our children embrace justice, sincerity, and the freedom that will enable them to be lovers of truth. So, parents, you have a challenge in this era of technology. Let's accept it, but let's do something about it. I don't know whether each one is aware that even as parents, you deal with peer pressure. Are you aware? Imagine, sometimes you say little ones, but even you are suffering. There is peer pressure. You are kind of persons. You know, we compete, we share, we compete, let me just say that. Even as parents, you know that has pressure on you. And if you are not careful, high blood pressure just comes. You know, so let's be aware. So that I am not doing it because family Z is doing it. Let's be aware, parents, for the sake of our children. And don't be who you are not. You see, you give the child the wrong impression, and you know you are done because you have to keep up to it. I talk to parents. I really feel the challenge in our time. It is difficult to be a parent in this century. Now, as you become conscious of the peer pressure, you have just be aware that your own expectations may be unattainably high, isn't it? You may just be expecting too much from this child, and the child can crash. You know, these days I even interact with teenagers from primary, they move to high school, and it's like, Mommy wants me to do this, and I don't want that. That's why CBC is here to help us. Let the child really do what the Lord has gifted them with. Let's nurture that talent, not your talent. You see, you could be a great musician, but your child, your little girl has no voice. So what happens? Divorce. So these expectations that can be unattainably high, just be conscious. You know, when you know, then you make informed choices. Social media can be a friend or a foe. Right now, I don't know whether it's a friend, but it's really a foe. So internet use among our children is increasing, and so we won't shy away from that. Actually, we want to embrace it. But we need to develop policies, even in your house, that will safeguard and empower your child in a digital world. And this is quite challenging. Parents, don't assume. Let's see what technology is doing in our houses. See, in school they will come, but already they are so smart. And maybe here we can fix things. You can have blocked. You can have some what do you call it? Websites, yes. You could have some sites. I mean, you see when you are not there, parents, oh, I really pray for you. You want to be there. Eh? You see, when you are not there, too busy trying to make their lives beautiful. You know, something is happening in the house. Eh? And they are so smart. What these children can do, I don't. Because the minute a child is born, they are already touching this thing. Because when they are in the tummy, that's what mommy trained them also in. So they are just, you know, the child is a baby, but the child can manage that smartphone more than you as like, I don't know, you know. And then you are there wondering. So what I would want to encourage us, because it's affecting our performance and our abilities in school in some way, let's also at house level develop policies that can safeguard this child and empower the child in a positive way. So, and lastly, but not least, I also realize that as parents, sometimes there are so many voices, and so you even fail to recognize your own instincts. Just be aware. So many voices. So many. And so if you cannot listen to your own, how will you listen to your child's? So these are the challenges. And children of our time, I don't know, they are hyper, they are just alert. And they are surrounded by alertness, isn't it? So don't be left behind. So I want to encourage us to try and strike a balance between work and family, because you can work so hard, my friend, and you lose the children. We have cases where parents are forever flying everywhere, you know, busy, traveling around the world except the child. The child has everything except love. And so what is happening? Suicidal cases. It is threatening, it's frightening parents. So struggle, but make sure that money will be used well. Don't forget the child. Let's balance. Mom, dad, we need to work together. So dear parents, as I bring my sharing to a close, I still insist that we want to be conscious of the challenges in our times, so that we shall be truly present to our children in these trying moments. Let's not lose them. Let's not let the world grab them. So as we talk about this, I'm so conscious that we are not alone. God, our Father, is with us. And as Loreto, you know, our patroness is Mary, our mother. So as we gather today, I still ask her to intercede for us, so that our school can continue to mold these children the way God wants them. I pray that she will bless us as we face new days. We cover the activities of this term and the entire year with the most precious blood of Jesus. We ask Him to protect our school, our children. You all know what happened in Kakamega. It can be us. And funny enough, that before that happened, I remember talking to our heads. We have a wall. And I told them, dear friends, let's not take things from. Pray for your staff, pray for your parents, pray for the children, pray for the fraternity. Pray. I just said that, and the next day or 2 days there was this thing of Kakamega, and I told God, please save us from this. So may the Lord protect us and all our plans with His most precious blood. And I know God loves Loreto, so may God bless Loreto Convent Mombasa, all for His greater honor and glory. Amen. Thank you. So I now take this opportunity to invite our province leader, quite new, maybe a few months in the office, but Sister Lucy Derry. The good thing for you new parents or even older ones, if they are still here to know, is that Sister herself was the head teacher in this school for at least, how many years? at least 3 years. So we thank her so much. She's coming back to what she knows so well. So Sister Lucy, most welcome. God bless you.